Hello folks, welcome to Thursday. How are you all doing? What have you been up to? Are you excited to be here with me at 2 o'clock on a Thursday? I'm sure you are. Sure you're thrilled. Let me just refresh this so that I can see you guys. Yeah, how are you all doing? How are you doing? I think I'm okay. I think I kind of have switched off from the news a little bit, but actually I started watching it again this week and all the briefings and things. And they, everything kind of seems to be coming out of lockdown, etc. But I still think a lot of people are fearful because, this virus is still here. So it all feels a little bit odd at the moment, a little bit strange. But luckily we have some fabulous creativity that's going to keep us going every weekday, which is rather exciting. There we go. I can see you guys now. That's better. So I've kind of been using Southeast Open Studios as a bit of an excuse to sort of lose myself in creativity. But it's been lovely. It's been great. The washing up's piling up. The laundry's piling up. The place looks like a mess. But actually, it's been really nice to kind of lose myself in creating. So it's been lovely. Who we got? Hi Sue. Hi Jane. Yeah, it's quite cold out here today. It's cold, but actually the sun keeps coming out sporadically. Hi Rosie. Great to have you with us. Excellent stuff. Right, so rather foolishly, I realised that I put a white top on today, and we're working with charcoal. So I am just going to get my apron and shove that on because I know what I'm like with mess. And particularly as I've got a white top on and playing with charcoal, it's just not good, is it? It's just a recipe for disaster. So I'm hoping this is going to cover me for a bit. Do you know I've had this apron since I did my foundation year at Kayad, my foundation art year. It's a very old apron, as you can see by the state of it and all the bits of paint and everything else on it and glaze and goodness knows what, and it's had a fair few washes as well, but it's still got printing ink and oils and all sorts of things on it. It's quite old, but I am in need of it today. So what else do I need to tell you guys? Oh, next week we're going to be doing some therapeutic art. So we're going to be doing some creative therapy again. I think it's probably needed. I feel I certainly need a bit of creative therapy at the moment. So I'm going to be doing some of that next week. So you won't need anything special, but just any kind of drawing materials that you've got. So if you've got chalks, if you've got oil pastels, if you've just got pencils, that's fine. Coloured pencils, felt tips, whatever you've got, just grab them all with you next week. So that's what we're doing. Cool. Who else have we got? Hi Cheryl. Hi Fiona, Tabitha and Jocelyn. Hello, nice to see you. Cool. So today we're going to be doing a mountain. Or mountains, and so this is going to be using actually quite little charcoal. We're not going to be kind of going overboard with it today, and it really is about the mark making that we can get with it. So if you guys are ready, I'm going to go with one of my thinner pieces of charcoal, but again you can use a thick piece of charcoal and just make sure you get the edges to get yourself a nice straight line. Who have we got? Oh, Lynn. Oh, bless you. Working hard. No worries. Welcome. Join in as much as you can. So I'm going to tip you guys down so hopefully you guys can see what's going on here. I realised I haven't got the overhead light on, so I'm hoping you guys will be able to see this with just the sunshine coming in. So the first thing that I'm going to do with this one is try and do the ridge of the mountain, so that bit that's along the top. Now, because of the angle of view that I'm doing, this ridge is going to be very, very nice and wobbly because we never normally have straight ridges, do we, with mountains? So I'm just putting in a wobbly line. It can be different to mine, it can be the same. The technique is going to be the same, so it doesn't matter if it's different to mine. I'm literally just doing a nice wobbly line at the top there. Okay, and the trick to this is this side of the mountain is in the shade, this side of the mountain is in the light. So the real trick to this is keeping this side very, very dark. But it's in the mountain and it's misty and there's clouds, so we don't want to be too definite about it other than this line on the ridge. Okay, so I'm going to use a thicker piece of charcoal. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just on the left-hand side of this ridge is just bring in some more charcoal. So a little bit at the top there. And then as we come down here, again, just very jagged edges coming in here. I'm going to bring in a little bit more. Try and follow that line that you've created there because it's lovely. Quite pleased with my line. And then I'm just going to bring in more and more of this dark charcoal. Ah, hi Dad. And all the way to that bottom bit as well. Okay, my dad has actually been recently, I say recently, up until he was locked down, recently looking at mountain climbing and things like this. So I'm hoping we're not making you too sick for adventure. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see there that I've just literally on that left hand side really gone for it with the backing out of the charcoal. And so what I'm going to do is, again, using my trusty bit of tissue, wrap it around my finger so that I can just start to smudge that in. Just really gently, it doesn't have to be huge, just really gently. And what I'm going to do is start bringing some of this charcoal out into the white. So I'm just going to hold that up so that you can see. And it is literally just about the marks that you are making on there. Oh, hello Edith and Pinkie Pie. Fantastic. There we go. So I'm just literally just going to bring that out further down. So it's almost getting kind of lost in the mist that's going on at the bottom there. Okay, and then to get those kind of the rocky faces, as it were, of our mountain on our left hand side, I'm going to use my very thin charcoal, but if you've got a thicker piece of charcoal, just make sure that you use a bit that's got an edge. And what I'm going to do is just bring some of these, just again, really jaggedy, curvy, wobbly edges that I'm just going to build in to the top here. And then I'm going to just start bringing some of them down a little bit further so that as it gets more light on the bottom of the mountain and it starts disappearing under clouds, you can still see some of the definition of those rocky faces. I'm going to smudge this into it, but it's just so that you can see some of that definition in there. So I'll hold that up so that you guys can see what I've done there. So just literally, they're like little kind of streaky lines, little wobbly lines, and that just helps give our mountain just a little bit of definition in the kind of misty bit that's getting lost. There we go. And I'm just going to go over those and smudge downwards in the direction that the lines are going. There we go. So you just got a little bit more definition. Okay. And then what I am going to do, I was about to use my finger there, but I'm going to try and keep as clean as possible with the white top on. That was a ridiculous thing to do. Oh, hi Joe, just watching today. No worries, no worries. What I'm going to do with the charcoal that I already have on my kitchen paper is just bring some just up here so that we can almost see kind of clouds coming up. There we go. And it's just, they're just really softly. So there's not much charcoal on that top bit at all. But can you see that it's just, we've just got this nice kind of cloud coming off. Hopefully you guys can see that. So it's another way that you can use the tissue, the charcoal that you've already taken off by smudging it in. You can use that to create kind of clouds and things as well. So on our other side, on the side of the mountain that's got the light coming down, we still want that definition. So we're going to go from our kind of our peaks, if you like, here. I'm going to bring that down. Make that quite a nice heavy edge there. Now the trick to this bit is going very, very lightly and try not to do too many straight lines. So I'm getting that definition in very, very lightly on the top where all the light will be. But if you can see behind this line here, because that's kind of a bit of mountain jutting out, I've put quite a few lines behind that where the kind of shadow will slightly be. And then I'm just going to put a couple of lines down here as well. And they're just kind of random lines, they're nothing spectacular at all. And then I think I am going to put just a couple of lines over this way. And I might use our kind of smokiness going on with the clouds to just outline the fact that there's some mountains over there, but they're disappearing into the mist. Okay, so back to my trusty bit of kitchen towel. Get a clean bit. And again, all I'm going to do is just very, very slightly smudge this in the direction that the lines are going. So into this direction. Get another clean bit, so quite a lot there. There we go. So again, these are going to be very, very light, these ones over here, because they're just that mountain in the background. And then what I'm going to do is actually get some of the charcoal onto my kitchen towel to just outline that mountain over here that's disappearing into the distance. There we go. And then just use a clean bit to smudge. There we go, there we have it. Not bad. Put a bit down there as well, so it looks like it's kind of disappearing. There we go. So hopefully you guys can see that actually you don't need a huge amount of detail in order, or a huge amount of charcoal, in order to see that mountain. Lift it a bit closer. And if you wanted to, if you don't feel that these bits are dark enough, you can obviously go over them. If you don't feel this is dark enough, you can obviously go over it. But you can see the really big contrast that I've got between both of those. So where that light is coming onto the mountain, where you've got all the kind of smokiness of the clouds coming through there as well. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. Hopefully you've done all right with that. It's quite a fairly kind of quick one, really. Really, really simple. Again, it's kind of going along those lines of kind of less is more, which definitely works with charcoal unless you're doing this kind of like massive thing, like kind of Heather Hansen style, where you end up completely and utterly covered with the chalk, and it ends up as being more of a performance thing than anything else. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to take pictures of your mountains and pop them below. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, tomorrow you'll need exactly the same. So you'll need your paper, you'll need your charcoal, and you'll need some tissue. Make sure tomorrow we're going to do some really, really nice fine detail. So try and make sure that you've got either a smaller piece of charcoal, or if you've got a new piece of charcoal, because quite a lot of people I know have gone out and bought charcoal, you can work this into a point. So you can kind of rub it down into a point. Or just try and use like the edges where you've got points. That will really help for getting that detail tomorrow. I might even persuade Ed to join us tomorrow as well. I think that's it. That's it for today. It's just a really, really simple, really easy to do mountain. Hope you've enjoyed. I will see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. And don't forget, we're going to be doing creative therapy, therapeutic art next week. So it'll be good fun and hopefully a little bit relaxing for everyone as well. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.